In this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to deploy the Claw Launcher. Now, Claw Launcher is OpenClaw in a very safe environment where it's not on your computer, all right? So as soon as you purchase, you're going to be given credentials, just like I have here on the screen, and I'm going to go ahead and sign in. Now, once I've signed in, you see that I do not have a bot created yet. You can see it wants me to create my first one, all right? So this is very, very easy. You're just going to come over here and click this button. And then you see there are two steps. So the first thing is we're going to configure, and we're going to name and customize our claw. Next, we're going to connect it to an AI platform, all right? And this is where OpenClaw can actually start talking to you, all right? So we're going to go ahead and click on Get Started. Now the first thing is it wants to know what is the name of our claw. So I'm going to go ahead and call this one the Godfather, all right? And now it's asking for a description. This will help me automate all the tasks I have in my business. Okay, and then we go ahead and click continue. Now that we've done that, you see we're over here on step number 2. Now what I suggest you leave this on default, and what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to go ahead and get our API key. Now if all this is new to you, I'm going to show you how we're going to help you with this here in a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this key. And you can see it has verified the key, and I'm going to go ahead and click Finish Setup. Now, while we're waiting for that to go, it's only going to take about 30 seconds, I want to draw your attention over here. And so now you see I'm over here in the members area. And if we look in the top right corner of the screen, you can see that Connie has posted that she's done, she's earned points. Ricardo is saying that he's excited. That's great. But what I want to do is point you over here to step number 1. All right, these are simple instructions. You can see in the past week, 223 people completed this goal. So there's no doubt in my mind you can. But if we go ahead and click this, you're going to see that there are 2 simple steps to get you installed. All right. And so step number 1, look at there. This is where you're going to learn how to install your API key. So you go ahead and click on this step. And when you do, this video up here is going to talk about why this key is important, why this AI model is important. And then every single one of our lessons has a goal block. And so you're going to open up that goal block. And when you do, there's going to be a video that tells you exactly how to get that key. And then you scroll down a little bit further and you'll see that there is step-by-step instructions so that you don't get lost. And if I scroll through here, you're going to see that all of these people have been able to get their API key. So there's no reason why you can't do that either. Okay, now I want you to know that for some reason, if you do get stuck, we do an onboarding call every single day, every weekday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My team will get you unstuck. We'll just go do it for you. All right. The other thing is, if I come back over here and I click on set up your Claw Launcher, well, here's a video where if we come down to the goal block again, if we open this up, I will walk you through the whole entire process. And then you have the instructions down below as well. And you can see that everybody has been able to have success with this. So I am 100% confident that you're going to have success. And again, if you get stuck, it's all right. We will set you up. So now let's head back over here to our install. And there you go. You can see that the Godfather is up and running. This is the OpenClaw dashboard. And so I'm just going to go ahead and say hello. And now you can see that OpenClaw is talking to me and it wants to walk through the onboarding process. I've got another short video showing you how easy and powerful that is. But now I hope you're super excited and have 1,000% confidence in our install process. Hey, it's Chad, and once again, welcome to OpenClaw Cracked. Now, in this video here, I want to reveal what I truly believe is one of the biggest opportunities that I've seen since I've been in the business in 1998. We have been teaching people how to go out there and provide client services for a long time. And usually what happens is we tell people to knock on the doors, right? So we tell people, connect with people on Facebook, LinkedIn, pick up the phone, walk into a place of business, whatever the case is. But this is the first time ever that I have seen it where clients are knocking on your door. It's absolutely insane. Now, I want you to know that this is something we stumbled on. We did not mean to present this opportunity to you. We didn't see it coming. You see, I started OpenClaw when it first came out, right? And I had that huge epiphany moment that this could do everything in my business. So I focused on that. I really truly did. And once that happened, and I was replacing, the task in my business so I could free up my team. So my team was on, more workshops and trainings because that's what we love to do. And then the next thing is I went out there and did the OpenClaw Shadow Intensive. That was the first one. It was the red one. And so now we started working with 150 plus students, and just, teaching them and cracking the code to OpenClaw. And then they learned to replace tasks in their business. And one thing led to another. We learned what skills were. And then, we learned how to go out there and use any software with OpenClaw. And the students learned this as well. And then finally, everything led to what you saw in the sales video about you could build a whole business, okay? But you see, what we discovered was, as amazing as that is, that was not the opportunity at all. See, if you go and do a search on OpenClaw, and I saw it, it was right in front of my face, but I didn't realize it, right? But if you go do a search on OpenClaw, people are pissed and they're frustrated. And the reason why is you can't get it to install. And if they do get it to install, they don't know what it does. And they keep seeing, all these people posting about how great OpenClaw is, but it's not doing it for them because it doesn't do that out of the box, right? You have that installation process, and then I'm sure you saw our special onboarding, right? So we showed you that you're going to be installed in 30 seconds with our Claw launcher, and then within 2 minutes, you're going to be onboarded. And how incredible is that? And we're the only ones that have figured this out. I figured it out a month ago. That's how we were able to onboard over 500 people. That's why we've been the most successful with this, is because of our abilities to create software and my abilities with processes and strategies and everything else. So through me, showing everybody what we could do with OpenClaw, people started reaching out to me and they started saying, hey, can you hook me up? Can you, help me get installed? I will pay you for your time, Chad. I will pay you for the install. I will pay you for the onboarding. And all we were trying to do was provide that experience to our group. But what happened is my wall blew up. Now, I'm kind of at fault for that because I was posting continuously, which, by the way, you should too. And we'll show you how to do that. Because when you do that, people start knocking on your wall. And they start sending you messages. And then I figured out something very, very early on. And if I told everybody exactly what to do, if I said comment OpenClaw, then everybody blew up my wall and they all wanted me to install OpenClaw for them. So here's the thing, you're gonna see on this page people that are knocking on my door that wanna come in and they want us to install OpenClaw and they're willing to even pay for the onboarding, all right? But I wanna show you here in a minute, now that you understand that you can get installed in 30 seconds and onboarded in 2 minutes, what if you could do that for other people? Wow. Now, just to kind of help you understand, I don't have a memory, but I put this here on the page, right? There was a post where they asked in this group, is anyone selling the installation of OpenClaw as a service? I caught it last night. And one of these people said, yes, I'm charging $50. And then they came back and said, too cheap, bro, it should be $500. And then shortly after that, Brandon said, you'll see this on this page, I'm charging $499, $999, and $1,499, and I have a $50,000 tier. Now, that $50,000 tier is what we call a custom build out. And you know what? You can get these, and we'll talk about that. But somebody else said that my pricing is $777, and now it's gone up to $1,277. The demand is unreal. This setup is very difficult for most people, and you're also introducing cutting edge technology. Now here it is. Know your worth and good luck. Somebody else had also said that there was a female that was charging $20,000 and it was worth every dime. And I'm sure there's been more comments. If so, I will keep placing them on the page. I want you to see the opportunity. People just like you are out there selling this thing, but the problem is they are knocking on people's doors. What I want to do is show you how people are going to knock on your door. And here's the reason why. I don't want you to go out there and sell the install. I want you to give it away for free. And then depending on the client, if it's a client that has a business, you're probably going to want to do the onboarding for free. If it's somebody that's just coming off your wall that doesn't have a business but excited, charge them for the onboarding, right? And so here's what I want you to do. I want you to see how easy this is. Super, super easy. Like you don't have to log into Claw Launcher or anything like you had to do in the front video. You saw the front video. So now let me introduce Agency Launcher to you. And I'm going to show you how you're going to install it for a client in 30 seconds. You're going to onboard the client in 2 minutes. There's a surprise in that video, and I'll be back in a minute. In this video, I'm going to show you how you're going to go about installing the Claw Launcher inside of your client accounts with our agency portal. So the first thing is you're going to be given credentials, just like I have here on my screen, and I'll go ahead and click on Sign In. Now that I've done that, you see I'm over here on the agency dashboard. Now, this is like one of our VIP dashboards, and you can see that these are all clients that we have inside this dashboard. All right, now we have several of these accounts, but this kind of gives you an example. All right, so you can see I have my total clients over here, my active, my pending, any problems. All right, but what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add another client. And the way we do that is we come over here, we click this button. All right, you see that this window opens up that says Add Client. So we're going to go ahead and put the client's name, and I'm going to go ahead and go like this for an email. I do need to set this up for her. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and put a password down here, okay? And then here's the company. I'm just going to go ahead and put her name for now. Go ahead and put a phone number there. And then that's good enough. You can put any notes you want. You can change out the phase, but I'm going to go ahead and say Add Client. And there you go. You can see that the client has been created here at the bottom. All right. And so if we come over here, you're going to see that here it is right here. And it has not been active yet. It is in a pending status. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to go ahead and click on Manage Client. All right, now you see we're over here on phase number 1. There are 3 phases here. Phase number 1 is the bot configuration. Phase number 2 is the actual installation that we're going to do for you. And phase number 3 is where you can communicate back and forth with your client to see if you can get the upsell. All right, so for the bot name, I'm just going to come over here and call it Connie Bot. And then what we need to do is we need to go ahead and get an API key. The reason why we need the API key is because that's how we're going to get OpenClaw talking. All right, and then the client is free to go in there and cancel the API key or whatever they want to do. They can reissue a new key. So I'm going to go ahead and go just like this. And now I'm going to come over here and click Save Configuration. Now, the next thing is we're over here in phase number 2, and this is where you can decide. So you can do the base install, or you can go ahead and do the client onboarding, which would include the base install. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do the client onboarding, and I'm going to go ahead and say install onboarding. And there you go. You can see everything that's doing here is building out the container, pulling the base image, installing dependencies, configuring the bot instance, setting up the environment variables, running health checks, and the build has been completed successfully. So now you can see that everything has been set up. All right. So the next thing that we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to show you what Miss Connie Joe is going to see when she logs into her account. Okay, so I'm over here on Claw Launcher. Now what I'll go ahead and do is I'll go ahead and log in here with the credentials that we set up. Okay, we'll click sign in. And there you go. You can see that she is now signed in, that her bot is running. Here is her credentials down below. And if I just go ahead and say hello, you're going to see that the bot is talking to her, which is pretty incredible. All right. So that is how we go about installing Claw Launcher inside your client's account. All right. So I'm sure you would agree that this is an incredible process, right? You see how fast we're able to go and get your client onboarded. But now I want to make this super exciting for you. Okay. So if you look up here at the top, it says clawlauncher.io, all right? Claw Launcher, and you have this clearly this blue theme, right? And if we come over here, we can go ahead and go to light mode. And so if I click around here, you're going to see that we're in light mode versus dark mode. All right. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go ahead and log out. All right. And you can clearly see that this is our branding. This is what you will be using. But let's just say that you go out there and you create your own Claw Launcher, and it looks something like this. And instead of Claw Launcher, we now have Claw Onboarder. Pretty cool, right? ChatGPT created that. And so let's just say that we went out there and got clawonboarder.com or .net or .io or .ai or whatever it is. And then you were able to use Claw Onboarder with your clients. Now that would be an incredible opportunity, right? Well, that's exactly what we've done. Because you see, if I come over here, now we have clawonboarder.com, right? Welcome back to Claw Onboarder. And you can see that we have a completely different branding. The blue is gone. No sign of Claw Launcher, all right? And if we come over here, if we go ahead and sign in, you're gonna see that we're still over here on clawonboarder.com. We're over here on chat. We have Claw Onboarder, and you can see that we are logged in as Connie Joe. And now we can come over here. We can go ahead and change this to night or dark or whatever. We can also go through and we can change the colors and everything else. But my point in showing you this is so that you understand that we can take Claw Launcher completely out of the equation, even though we're still the ones providing the service and the maintenance and everything else and constantly improving the platform, okay? So we're gonna be doing a lot of amazing things over here with the installs and the skills, and we're gonna have a mobile app, and we're gonna keep building this out, but I want you to understand that that's gonna benefit you by providing this white label service to your clients, okay? So I hope you're super excited. I hope you see how easy it is to go and actually do the install inside of the agency launcher. Again, you're gonna be able to manage all of your clients' accounts from there. You're gonna be able to reset, you're gonna be able to restart. You can even go and log in to your client when you start getting into the upsells and training, and there's all kinds of amazing stuff you're gonna do. This is just your start. But understand that we've taken a very complicated process, one that's almost impossible according to everybody online, and made it one click for you. All right, so go ahead and check out the rest of this offer. It's pretty incredible, and like I said, we don't have a lot of time left. 12 to 18 months, you can hit the ground running, make as much money as you want, upsell as many people as you can, build an incredible list, have a solid reputation. It's completely up to you. All right. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Go ahead and check out the rest of the page, and I'll see you on the inside. So there you go. Did you catch the surprise? You get to take Claw Launcher and you get to make it Onboard Launcher or Rapid Claw Launcher or whatever else. So you have your domain, you have your logo, you can turn it to pink and purple if you want. It is completely branded to you. So your clients have no idea about Claw Launcher. It is a true white label solution. And so we're gonna teach you how to have clients knocking on your door. You're gonna message them. Here's the hook. I want you to go out there and give away the install. Now, some people are not gonna listen to me. They're gonna sell the install, okay? And they're gonna hurt their chances. They're gonna hurt any opportunity of making big money because they're gonna kill their reach. See, giving away this is a hook. Doing the install, which is gonna take you a whole 30 seconds, and then you get to go through the 3 phases inside of the agency launcher, it's a hook. It allows you to go out there on your wall and TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and say, look, I will install it for you for free. How in the world is that not going to blow up for you? Just like it did me. And so you can see all of those posts on the page. And then, like I said, depending on the client, if they have an actual business, well, you might just give them the onboarding. If they don't have a business, charge them for the onboarding. And you can charge them whatever you want. You can charge a $297 setup fee, and you could do $97 a month. Like, you could do whatever you want. You can do like these people are doing here. It doesn't matter. But at some point, when you onboard your clients, they're going to send you a text. And by the way, we'll get into this because I'm going to teach you guys how to do this. I would tell them, hey, reach out to me. Let me know what you think. I would tell them because I promise you, we've done over 500 installs. Here's what they're going to say. So what is this thing supposed to do? Because they're treating it like ChatGPT. It is not ChatGPT. That's your chance to get on the phone. That's your chance to say, what do you got going on in your business? That's your chance to make big money. And that's the reason why he had a $50,000 retainer. That's the reason why she's able to charge $20,000. And there's no doubt in my mind that you can do this, because this is the shiniest, the most exciting opportunity I've ever seen, and people are eating it up. They are knocking on your door. All right, so I want you to go through the rest of this page. I want you to see how every single one of my posts turn into installs, but I can't keep up with it. That's why I'm sharing the opportunity with you. And not only that, I want you to go and find those comments, and I want you to see what people are charging. I want you to understand the opportunity here. It is absolutely insane. And I'm sure you would agree that our agency launcher is pretty self-explanatory, not real hard. I think this is the opportunity that everybody's been waiting for. But let me just warn you. You got 12 to 18 months to hit the ground running. Like, if I bought this right now, I would be out there posting on my wall tonight, right? As soon as it becomes available, I would be posting like right away. I would not be waiting. 12 to 18 months, here's the reason why. Now, I'm just being honest with you. OpenClaw is going to have its own installer on a PC. Now, right now, it's got a black eye. It's got a lot of negativity around it, right? Safety, everything else. It's got arms and legs and eyes and ears. I get all that. That's why we have Claw Launcher. You see, that's the opportunity. But you got to capitalize on the opportunity, because once people feel safe, they'll just go and click a button and they'll download it on their computer like they do anything else. The other thing is, if you don't think marketers aren't watching everything we're doing, guess again. And so we're gonna have copycats. They're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna take agency play. They're gonna do all this stuff. And when they do, the market's gonna be saturated. Well, guys, you got 12 months, 18 months, hit the ground running. Attend the training, take my advice. When I tell you post, do that. Now, do you have to post? No. If you got other ways to reach out to clients, if you got existing clients, this is an amazing opportunity that you can just go and tap in and capitalize. Completely up to you. So go through the rest of this page. Make sure you understand this opportunity. It's absolutely incredible. It's one that we did not see coming. And remember, you're backed by 100% money back guarantee. There are 3 packages down below. You can start with 50 installs, 100 installs, 200 installs. You can even go above and beyond that. The sky's the limit. You can grow it as big as you want. We're here to support you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I can't wait to see you on the agency training, and I cannot wait to hear about your success. Good luck.